The battle with Merge Zamasu was incredibly difficult for our heroes as he was immortal. However, the Omni King came to the rescue and evaporated Zamasu from existence by destroying the entire universe. However, Zamasu was immortal, and a lot of people think that perhaps he wasn't actually destroyed. From the Limit Break X Survivor opening, we get this image of the two Omni Kings, but when they cross paths, they turn green. This bred into an entire theory that perhaps the future Zeno was infected by Merge Zamasu. So after Merge Zamasu's mortal body was destroyed, he turned into that atmosphere type creature. So like, even though his physical body was destroyed, his essence, his life force was still there, encompassing the entire planet. So who knows if possibly when the Omni King destroyed that life essence, whatever that cloud of Zamasu was, potentially he could have taken an entirely new form, maybe even infected that future Zeno. So today we are going to be talking about the possibility that the future Zeno is in fact infected with Merge Zamasu and is in fact evil. When I first heard about this theory, I just kind of dismissed it. I was like, well, it's possible. Yeah, they cross paths and they turn green, but maybe that's just, they're mixing the colors of blue and red and somehow they got green. It should be blue and yellow. But with the new episodes that are coming out and the new information that we get every episode, it seems like this theory is becoming more and more of a possibility. So let's talk about the evidence that we've been gathering lately and see if this could potentially happen in Dragon Ball Super. Could the future Zeno actually be infected with Zamasu and turn out to be evil? And could we see an Omni Zamasu as the main villain of this Tournament of Power saga? The first thing that we have to notice is that they're not completely identical. We can tell in a lot of cases that one will look at the other and then raise his other hand or stare at the other one in a particular manner. Another thing to notice is that the future Zeno has a dominant left hand, whereas the present Zeno has a dominant right hand. Now that may mean absolutely nothing, or that could be a hint. You could argue that left equals evil and right equals good, but the thing is, before the Omni King even destroyed Zamasu, he was already pointing at Goku with his left hand. So the future Zeno is left-handed for whatever reason, and the present Zeno is right-handed. However, I'm not so sure as much that that's a hint that Zamasu has infected the Omni King from the future, simply because he was already pointing with his left hand, before Zamasu was even destroyed. Now, a lot of people were pointing out to me after last week's episode how Frieza was looking up at the Omni Kings and said the difference between their cute voices and horrendous acts. Now, I think a lot of people interpreted that as there is a difference between their voices, but I don't interpret it that way. I see it as he's just saying, they have cute voices, but they're killing trillions of people. That's what Frieza's saying. However, on the side of the theory, when Merge Zamasu's mortal body was destroyed, you could see that he was kind of taking over the universe, or he was spreading out. He was kind of infecting everything with his presence. Now, if the universe was destroyed, what is left to infect after the universe is gone besides the Omni King? Well, the universe is basically just space dust at this point. The Omni King is just floating around in there. I do see it as possible that he may have been infected by Merge Zamasu, but I don't know if the hands, dominant hand thing makes any difference. Another thing is that Merge Zamasu was supposed to be immortal. The Super Dragon Balls wished him to be immortal. Now, that means he can't be destroyed. So just because you're the Omni King means you can make wishes or break any wish that the Super Dragon Balls have granted. Now, I would say that's probably possible if you are the Omni King, if you are truly the god of everything. However, that can be argued because there is two Zenos, which kind of breaks the rule and the thinking that the Omni King is the true god of everything. I mean, in the case that he could make and grant and destroy any wish that was ever granted, I would say that's probably true if there weren't two Zenos. Another interesting point would be that the fact that all of these universes are getting destroyed perfectly falls into Zamasu's Zero Mortals plan. And while the Tournament of Power was talked about by the Omni King during the first universe tournament, it wasn't until after Merge Zamasu was destroyed and we met the future Omni King that we learned that in the new Tournament of Power, universes will actually be erased. However, you would think that if one of the Omni Kings is evil, the other one may not be enjoying destroying all of these universes. But as we can see, both Omni Kings are enjoying this they don't care about destroying people. So the argument that one of them is evil isn't really valid here. So long story short, guys, I made this theory video because a lot of people have been approaching me about it, and I do see it as a definite possibility, but in my honest opinion, I do not think that one of the Omni Kings is infected by Zamasu. So I'm not going to throw it outside the realm of possibility, but I would say that there's probably a 20% chance or something like that that we could get a merged Zamasu Omni King in the future of this saga, in the future of the arc. There's a lot of things that could happen. We could have an evil great priest, we could have evil angels, there could be a war among gods. There is a ton of things that could happen in this arc, and it's a little too early to tell, but as we get more development of the characters of the Omni Kings and see how they interact, we may get more pieces of information that may enlighten this theory and increase the chances of that 20% going much higher or lower. So we will find out, guys. Let me know what you think below. Do you think it's a possibility that the future Omni King is infected by Zamasu? I personally don't, but I do think it's a huge possibility because in Japanese culture and anime, they do like to bring back previous villains in future arcs, especially in Dragon Ball, as we have seen with Frieza countless times. I could totally see them bringing back Zamasu as a major enemy again in Dragon Ball Super. Now, if they brought him back again, I have no idea how they would kill him. I guess the only real way is to use the Super Dragon Balls. So for that, we will find out in time. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and a subscribe if you haven't already. And by the way, you're not going to be seeing a lot of videos coming out of me over the next few weeks. I'm working super hard on Anime War Episode 5. This episode is really, really tough. So I'm going to just be focusing the majority of my time animating and less videos. I will give you guys more updates soon. Definitely I'll have a trailer out in the next week or so. All right, fellas, have a good one, and I'll see you for another Dragon Ball video, probably Friday.